It says, and this is the commandment again, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. I was doing an evangelistic series like this, and people from the community came, and one pastor was there. Pastors often come, and he interrupted the presentation and said, Pastor Doug, I was halfway through my Sabbath presentation. He says, you're putting these people under bondage of works. I said, Pastor, why am I putting, he says, the Sabbath is works-oriented. I said, no, actually, I'm telling them to rest. You're telling them not to rest. You're putting them under works. And he said, we're not under the law. We're under grace. And this is happening right during, he interrupted. Please don't do that now. But he interrupted the program. And I said, do you believe God wants us to keep the 10 Commandments? He said, no. And some of his members were then, they kind of went, huh? And they turned and looked at him, and he said, well, yes. And then he realized that didn't make sense because they were a package deal. And he said, 9 of them. I said, so you're telling me the one commandment that God is wanting us to forget about is the only commandment that begins with the word remember? Does that make sense? Maybe God said remember because what? Do you know every commandment, God seems to know that we would have a problem? God doesn't ever have to command us to be selfish. It comes naturally. He commands us to do the things we forget about. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.